Tonight on DC News Now, we have the latest on a triple shooting that took place in Northwest DC in June that killed a congressional intern. 2 suspects arraigned in court earlier today. A man in Prince George's County is facing murder charges for the death of a 19-year-old woman who was reported missing last month. We have reactions from neighbors who live near the suspect. Multiple families are without their homes tonight after an overnight fire in Northwest DC spread throughout 3 apartment buildings. We'll have more details on that incident coming up.
And things are starting to improve here across the district and elsewhere in the area. We'll show you the latest radar and talk about the Commanders' forecast for the first week of their season coming up.
And speaking of the Commanders, we are now less than 1 day away from the Washington Commanders season opener against the New York Giants. See how fans of the Burgundy and Gold are getting ready for the start of the new season.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Kevon Dupree. Ben Dennis has the night off. And we want to start with a check of tonight's forecast. For that, let's go over to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, it was a warm day outside today. How's it looking for the rest of tonight?
Well, I tell you what, it is going to be improving here as Kevon, as we go into the each passing hour, as we go into the overnight hours. Let's start off with the temperature. 74 degrees. We have overcast skies. We're unfortunately going to have that all night tonight. We don't want a starry sky in the DMV. However, what is improving is the fact that the rain showers continue to pull away. There they are now across eastern Maryland, and the heaviest of activity is in Dover, Delaware at this point in time, or in Delaware in general. And you can see that batch of shower moving up over the next 2 hours into New Jersey. There's still some more showers waiting in the wings, but none of this is severe. This is just some light stuff here, and that will be moving in overnight tonight. So we'll watch that closely here. But the early storms, they're moving away, and now we've got the clouds in place. Spotty Sunday morning showers, beautiful weather to start off the work week, and we have comfortable temperatures and a dry week as well. We'll break it all down here with that full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Keep on.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. New tonight, 2 teenagers were hurt after a stabbing in Northeast this afternoon. Police say the stabbing happened on Harewood Road around 3:15. The 2 male teens were found suffering from stab wounds. They were taken to the hospital for treatment. No word on any arrests or any suspects. DC fire officials say no one was hurt after a food truck caught fire in Northwest today. They say it happened on 14th Street and Constitution Avenue around 3:40 p.m. There, flames could be seen coming from the truck's exhaust system. Crews were able to put out the fire, but the cause of it remains under investigation. 2 17-year-olds remain in custody tonight. They are charged with this year's murder of a congressional intern. The suspects made their first court appearance earlier today, and we've learned they're being charged as adults. DC News Now's Dave Lavelle was in the Superior Court of DC this afternoon and has the latest.
Attorneys for Jalen Lucas and Kelvin Thomas Jr. argued for the release of their clients during Saturday's hearing. However, the judge ordered the 2 17-year-olds held without bail. Both suspects are charged in the death of 21-year-old Eric Tarpinian Jackham. 4 bullets struck him at 7th and M Streets Northwest June 30th. He died the next day.
It's immoral. It is unacceptable.
Strong words Friday from U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro. She charged the 2 teens as adults with first-degree murder.
These juveniles have prior violent juvenile records in the family court. D.C. Council thinks that these kids need to be protected. They don't need to be protected. They need to be made accountable.
D.C. police said the gunman did not target Tarpinian Jackham. They fired 79 rounds with multiple weapons at 2 people on a bike. Bullets wounded one of them and a woman who walked nearby. Investigators are also looking for this man, a third suspect, 18-year-old Naquan Antonio Lucas, brother of Jalen Lucas. Tarpinian Jackham interned for Kansas Congressman Ron Estes while a student at the University of Massachusetts. His mother told us in August the family will never get over his loss.
My son's gone. Nothing will bring him back.
D.C. Police, the FBI, and the U.S. Marshals Service are offering a combined $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in this murder. At D.C. Superior Court in Northwest, Dave Laval, D.C. News Now.
Turning now to Prince George's County, where a man is facing murder charges in the death of a 19-year-old woman. Police say 35-year-old Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez has been charged with killing Dakara Thompson, who was reported missing last month. DC News Now's Randy Bass has the latest on this story.
Neighbors along Cambridge Drive in Bowie shaken up Friday.
It really makes you think, oh, you don't really know who your neighbors are.
Learning they live just a few doors down from the alleged crime scene, where Prince George's County Police say 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez murdered missing 19-year-old Dakara Thompson in his bedroom. William Hernandez says he lives a few doors down and talked to the suspect just days before his arrest.
He seemed like normal. I just said him my hellos, asked him how his day was. He said it was good.
Investigators say back on August 23rd, around 3 a.m., Thompson got out of her car in Hyattsville and got into Hernandez Mendez black SUV nearby before he drove them to Bowie. It's not clear whether the two knew each other. Police say he later took her body to a grassy area along Route 50, about 7 miles away, where she was found on August 31st. The community came together to search for her in the days following her disappearance, and today, neighbors stopped by the scene.
I'm really shaken up that something would happen on my street.
Sharing their condolences and strong emotions surrounding the case.
It's very unfortunate that we have to live in a society where predators are always lurking.
Prince George's County Executive Aisha Braveboy speaking at a press conference Friday.
Because she means so much to so many. And so it is tough that we're at this point where the search is over and justice begins.
And as for what more we know about the suspect at this hour, Prince George's County Police tell us Hernandez Mendez was arrested by United States Park Police earlier this year, back in April, on a DUI charge for which he was released pending trial. We've also learned there may have been an immigration detainer placed on Hernandez Mendez. We have reached out to Immigrations and Customs Enforcement officials for confirmation on that. Still waiting to hear back. Hernandez Mendez is due in court for a bond hearing on Monday. Till then, he stays behind bars. In Bowie, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
And Maryland Governor Wes Moore issued a statement saying, quote, "Our entire state mourns the horrible loss of Dakara Thompson, who was taken from us by an act of senseless violence." Moore says he'll work to ensure justice is served. Thousands of people marched at the White House today demanding President Donald Trump end the deployment of National Guard troops in the district. Organizers for We Are All DC met to fight against the federal deployment of National Guards in DC. President Trump put the DC Police Department under federal control on August 11 to crack down on crime, a decision that has seen a lot of mixed reactions and pushback. On the event's website, officials say that the takeover has launched harassment, surveillance, and detainments on Black and brown working class residents, immigrants, youth, and unhoused neighbors. At the rally, protesters are calling for an immediate withdrawal of federal troops from the district and to end the federalization of the local police department.
We are seeing that due process is continuing to be violated here in the streets of D.C., in the streets of Los Angeles, and the threats of occupation to Baltimore and Chicago have been heard by the administration. So we're united today to say we are all DC because we will not allow our struggles to be silenced.
Organizers also claim that Trump was treating Washingtonians as, quote, enemies in our own homes. For more information on the DC federal takeover, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. Well, new tonight, one man is dead and another is in critical condition after a shooting in Montgomery County Friday night. Police say the shooting happened around 9:45 p.m. at Long Branch Local Park. When officers arrived at the park, they found two men with gunshot wounds near the back of the basketball court and a playground. One man was taken to a hospital in critical condition. The other died at the scene. So far, no arrests have been made, and there has been no information given on a suspect. Several people are without homes after a fire broke out in a Northwest apartment building overnight. Crews responded to the 4800 block of 4th Street around 2:45 a.m., where they say fire was showing from the roof of a 2-story apartment building. Officials say the fire extended to the apartment's neighboring 2 buildings. There were no injuries reported, but all 3 apartment buildings were damaged. It's still unknown how many people were affected. The Red Cross has been requested to help. All right, are you all ready for some football? The countdown is on and the excitement is building. The Commanders are just hours away from their season opener against the New York Giants at Northwest Stadium. The team is looking to build on last year's success, where they came within a game of the Super Bowl. Head coach Dan Quinn says it's all about staying focused and getting a win on Sunday.
So many different variables from year to year, who we've added, who we don't. So I just try not to look too far down the line, man. There's so many ball games, so many matchups, so many things to do it. So before anything, man, I want to get our standards right, get our football looking like we want, taking care of the ball, our tackling, field position. If we do those things really well, the story will take care of itself.
And of course, lots of Commanders fans are showing their love for the burgundy and gold by shopping for merch at the Northwest Stadium team store. Workers at the store say business was booming as fans stopped in to buy hats, jerseys, and other apparel, of course. We're told Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin jerseys are especially selling fast. Fans say they can't wait to show off their new swag.
I've never been to a NFL football game, so this will be a first for me. Being in the store, just buying the grandkids some souvenirs, and my husband some stuff. He loves the Commanders, so we're all ready for it Sunday.
I live in South Florida, but I'm still representing DMV. And since I was in the area, I had to get some official gear, so keep the season off, see the stadium for a new season.
Now, kickoff for Commanders Giants is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Northwest Stadium says Commanders parking passes are sold out. Rideshare and public transit is highly recommended if you're heading to the game. Coming up on DC News Now, we are helping you stretch your dollar with No Spend September, how the challenge to curb spending can pay off big time. And the time is now 9:12. As we take a live look at the Washington Monument, Scott Sumner will have your full forecast after the break.